Hi everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon Banshee, and this is Oberon's outlook on the emotional exchanges. It's a weekly program I do to kind of give the elemental signs of the zodiac a little bit of information about what's going on in their emotional, possibly romantic lives. And I also give an affirmation from the heart too, using the universal love oracle set for that beautiful set. But the reading is primarily conducted with the Modern Love Tarot by Ethany. Love is beautiful in all its forms. Indeed it is. And it's just a fabulous deck. I love using it here for the outlook. The artwork is by Linda Morningstar. There it says that right there on the bottom. So as I said, we do the elemental signs of the zodiac. So I'm going to work it right now. And we start off with the air signs. Air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So this one's for you. Basically, the reading asks what, why, and where. What emotion or feeling is coming to you? Why is this important? And where will it lead to? And naturally, the lawnmower fellows are coming through right around now. But I always record this on the day they come through, sadly, due to my schedule. Maybe I can cut that out in my editing stage. All right, so here we go again. And as I said, it's what, why, and when for the air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. What is the emotion coming to you? And it's the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups says, emotionally speaking, you're at a very happy point, that there's just a lot going on for you, perhaps in your friendship zones and maybe your romance zones. I mean, if you're a single person, maybe this says that you are dating more than one person. Or if you're narrowing in on a person, maybe this is saying, you know, you do have choices to make, situations. They may not all be romantic choices. Maybe they're just other considerations you have to make. For people in relationships, it could mean other choices going on that ultimately will bring them happiness. So that sort of answers the question of why is this important at this time. But we have also pulled the Three of Wands, and it too is upright. And the Three of Wands says it's important because maybe you really have some serious plans going on here. Maybe you really are about making something happen in the relationship department. So maybe it is important to make decent considerations of the choices or the aspects of your situations. Maybe this says you have really essentially decided, or you will be soon in the future, and will be moving forward with other plans. Where will that actually lead you to? Oh my. And it's the King of Cups. So it's pretty nice, eh? So I imagine that you're moving into what you sort of see as really being the relationship of your life, the one that brings you the most happiness in a way. The King of Cups is sort of the person who is ultimately unconditionally in love maybe with life itself, maybe with being able to help others. How nice. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our affirmation, then for the air signs. And once again, we're using the universal love for that. Deck is about 23 years old, 20 some years old, but I like using it. I think it's a nice affirmation card to give. Guardian. At times we feel alone, even in the midst of company. The Guardian is here to assure you that you are never alone. You are loved more than you can possibly imagine. Notice the guardian angel in this image. The lady feels alone, yet she is not. An angel is close to you at this moment and wants you to know it. You may feel its presence throughout the coming days. Watch out for synchronicities. Perhaps it will be through a song you hear, or through a leaf falling, or a feather. Keep an open heart, and above all, trust. Remember, angels never intrude, though occasionally they may intervene if we are in danger. They illuminate our path and help us feel safe. You can call for their help at any time. If you have been pondering what path to take, remember your guardian angel will support and protect you regardless. Ultimately, there are no right or wrong decisions, only different experiences. Let go of apprehension and fear. Follow your heart and know you are always protected. And that's really good advice. Fire signs. Now we are moving on to the fire signs. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This one's for you. What is coming to you in your emotions? Fire signs, and it's the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands says something's drawn you towards somebody who's very charming, or you are exhibiting very charming behavior yourself. You're really trying to maybe, and this is probably more for single people or people who are dating, just exude confidence and really a desire to be charming and to pull yourself into circles of influence, or circles where there are people to sort of gravitate towards the top. So I could see this either way. I could see this as being somebody coming towards you this way that feels that way to you, or it could be you yourself. And of course, it's probably more likely you yourself, because you are a fire sign, and the Queen of Wands really talks about that kind of energy too. So why is it important? Well, it's the Ten of Cups. And so maybe we are feeling that, emotionally, maybe things are not exactly together. It could be that maybe we're looking at sort of expanding ourselves in friendships. So I think this does pertain to family-ish friendships. Maybe this isn't so much about dating, perhaps. It could be talking, of course, about saying that we are compelled to be this way because we feel in our home life or in our other relationships that are kind of foundational, we're not exactly enthusiastic. I don't think this is outright hatred, but maybe we're just sort of feeling a little bit unimpressed, or maybe not exactly bonding there. Where is this ultimately leading to? Well, maybe it's time for you to take care of yourself. The Queen of Pentacles says maybe if things aren't becoming to you, you should be coming to your own senses of taking care of yourself. And so I'm wondering really if this is saying that we are feeling we're drawn to other energies right now because we feel what's around us is discomforting, is not emotionally appealing to us. And so maybe we're looking for something of a higher magnitude, but what we really ought to be doing is taking care of ourselves, looking into ourselves and maybe nurturing that. Maybe we can change the situations that we're not liking as much. Okay, so perhaps that answers itself in terms of needing an affirmation, but of course we're going to do that affirmation now from our Universal Love Tarot. So fire signs, what kind of loving thoughts and affirmative feelings should you cultivate to make this work? Oh gosh, forgiveness. And the situation does look like that kind of thing where maybe we're not happy with somebody in our home life for some reason. Maybe this is the clue to what's going on here. Forgiveness. Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion and mercy, walks with a fiery dragon at her feet. Yet she holds no fear. Kuan Yin's energy constantly radiates love, compassion, and mercy to all living things. These energies have tamed the dragon that now follows her with devotion. Kuan Yin has shown up in your reading today to offer you her assistance. A situation in your life is in need of healing. The way to resolve this issue is through forgiveness. Show compassion and mercy towards all involved. Know that in forgiving, you are not necessarily condoning another's actions. Forgiveness simply means that you are prepared to release yourself from ongoing negative attachment. Kuan Yin bestows her blessings. And I think that fits in right. There's maybe for fire signs some consternations going on, and maybe the Queen of Wands is just talking about being provocative in general, that there's just provocative energies right now. They're not as assertive and challenging perhaps as the Knight might be, or even the King. But in a way, the Queen of Wands has their own kind of shrewishness of a sort, so she ultimately thinks she's the best there is, and so she doesn't take other opinions as gladly. And maybe you have to learn how to be a little bit more forgiving, or to understanding how others are being forgiving of you as well. So now we will move on to our friends, the water signs. Water signs, you are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. You are, generally speaking, the more emotional of the signs. I know that because I'm one of you. So let's see what's going on in your world. The what, the why, and the where, as I say. What is coming to you, water signs? What emotional qualities or vibrations are looking towards you for expression or resonance at this time? All right. The Queen of Swords. It's upright. So, emotionally speaking, water signs are really looking at the path they have to take and the fact that maybe they don't exactly like it, but they know that it's important for them to do this thing, to make these choices or to make this decision or to forward themselves in a particular direction as opposed to another direction. So why is this happening now at this time? And it's the High Priestess, and she too is upright. And the High Priestess may be saying, we've learned something very important. We've maybe taken a deep dive to understand certain issues, certain secrets, or certain foundational facts. And we now realize that, of course, we have to make a decision. And maybe it's not a decision others will understand, will view as harsh. But we're going there. We're going there. Water signs are going there. You know, the water signs are truly about those deep dives sometimes. Where does this lead to? Oh my, it's the Emperor. So, of course, putting this into context from the emotional point of view, we feel we have to make a decision that will cause some stormy emotions, perhaps. People on one side or the other will not understand or appreciate it. But emotionally speaking, we know that this is the right thing to do, that maybe the person or the situation that we favor more, it's the right thing to do. And so where this leads to maybe is regulation of some sort. Maybe everything that's awry in the water signs world will kind of come back into balance. We'll know where the opportunities lie and where we should retreat or move forward if necessary. The Emperor is strategic, but the Emperor is a kind Emperor. The Emperor is somebody who listens to their advisors and works with them. And the Emperor is much better making certain decisions than sometimes the Queen of Swords. Not in terms of the practicality of making that decision, you know, whether or not they're, well, what I mean to say is whether or not they're actually good at making the decision, but maybe weathering any of the criticisms, weathering the storm that brews from that. So anyways, perhaps I've spoken enough on that matter. Let's move to the shadow work. Not the shadow work, the affirmation. What am I talking about? The affirmation for the water signs, the thing that maybe will help them understand, maybe bring about a clarity or a sense of emotional calmness or acceptance that needs to happen, especially in this situation. But I think that's ultimately where it's leading to anyways. So let's see how the shadow work helps that. Once again, that shadow work is by the Universal Love Oracle set, which is by Tony Carmine Celino. I love it. I just love this set. And our shadow work is listening. Oh boy, that certainly sounds appropriate, doesn't it? Listening. A message is trying to get through to you from your higher self, an angel or an ascended master. Alternatively, it may be from someone dear to you who has recently passed away. This message will clarify something that has troubled you for some time. Rest, relax, and listen to the whispers in your heart. After the message, allow the message to seep through. Let go, and the message will come to you when you least expect it. And you know, I'm looking over there at that listening, and I'm looking at the reading itself, and I'm thinking this is saying that maybe it is a hard time to make a certain decision right now, but maybe there will be something clarifying that comes through and will make you understand what your role really is in all of that. And it may be that You're the important person to understand to a variety of issues that maybe are pertaining to what that card listening was talking about. Good luck with that, water signs. All right, so now we're going to move on to the earth signs. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Earth signs, what is coming to you in your emotional realm? What essence or energy or thing could be happening? And you know, this card really wanted to jump out at me, so I'm going to pick it. It's the Empress and it's reversed. Earth signs. You too may be feeling the call to really focus inward strongly at this time and to really look at yourself and the nurturing issues you need there. It may be about your emotional sense, but it could also be about the physical things about you that you need to take care of at this time. It could be your health. It could be relationships with a variety of people that are not necessarily truly romantic, but very important in your life. Something is going on there, I think. Why is this important, earth signs? The Six of Wands. I love this card. It speaks to the diversity. Someone or something or yourself needs to be recognized, needs to be seen as a victor, as somebody who tries very hard to succeed against maybe impossible or very hard obstacles. So I think it's rather clear that in focusing on yourself or what is closest to you, what is the most emotionally pertinent, you can move that direction. But I don't know if that's what you absolutely have to have. It may be more about yourself being able to recognize yourself as a leader, as important, as strong. Where is this leading to? It's leading to more. It's leading to a new path. It's the full. It's leading to a new adventure for you. Earth signs, emotionally speaking, I think you are moving on to something very important. It may more likely be just a new adventure, maybe that involves the emotions, but it also is building upon the back of understanding that you recognize yourself first and foremost, and that you are taking care of yourself. So I think that's beautiful, earth signs, no matter where you are emotionally in your life, if you're involved with, somebody or not. It's beautiful. So let's look at our affirmation here with the Universal Love Oracle set. Make sure we get that one back. And forgiveness has shown up again. And, I think this is about the forgiveness of yourself as well as maybe those who maybe, have hurt you. So I'd like to read it again. You know, I don't know if folks realize this, but for Banshee and I, Kuan Yin has always been an important uh, aspect to recognize, or essence to recognize, goddess to honor, and we have. Um, it's not a part of a daily practice for us, but it is very important to keep in mind what Kuan Yin's role in the world is. It really is about forgiveness and about inspiring others to forgive. Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion and mercy, walks with a fiery dragon at her feet. Yet she holds no fear. Kuan Yin's energy constantly radiates love, compassion, and mercy to all living things. These energies have tamed the dragon that now follows her with devotion. Kuan Yin has shown up in your reading today to offer you her assistance. A situation in your life is in need of healing. The way to resolve this issue is through forgiveness. Show compassion and mercy towards all involved. Know that in forgiving, you are not necessarily condoning another's actions. Forgiveness simply means that you are prepared to release yourself from ongoing negative attachment. Kuan Yin bestows her blessings. So mote it be. And you know, it's absolutely important for the earth signs and all signs to remember that sometimes we have to learn how to forgive even when we don't want to, because it's good for ourselves. And if we're only forgiving just for ourselves, forgiving ourselves for how we feel, how we react, we can acknowledge these things and begin to heal ourselves and move on to being better. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming today. And don't forget, we are not live this weekend. We are at a personal engagement. So think of us, wish us luck. But we will be back next week with all of our regular programs. In fact, the recorded Banshees Material Matters will be on Sunday morning. We just won't be there live for that, but it will be on. As usual, also our other programs, the Your Weird Week on Mondays, Goth Tarot on Wednesdays, and back again to Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. We'll be live next Thursday and next Sunday and next Saturday for happy hour as normal. So bye everybody, take care.